This video is brought to you by...
Hey, girl, come support, man. Come on now.
Exactly, man. Big love in the city, man. Stopping the trap on the boys,
I'm gonna support my brother, man, my black brother. The price is right. Treat yourself. Don't beat yourself.
Exactly.
Beat your feet down the street and get one of these cool green headbands. Do you understand what I'm saying, my man? Deuces, holla back, cool green dude.
Exactly, man. Let them know, man, what you love about that cool green.
If you're not cooling and getting the green, then you gotta get out the way. You know what it is.
Exactly, man. You know exactly, man. I couldn't have said it no better.
What's going on, YouTube fam? This your boy Tony 2Times, and we back with another episode of the Baltimore Way, man. Before I start, be sure to smash that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story. Tap that subscribe bell and that notification bell if you're new to the fam. Let's get right into it. Neighbors. Some people choose to engage with their neighbors, chop it up, become cool, and eventually start looking out for each other. But in other circumstances, two neighbors might not get along, and small altercations can lead to bigger problems down the line. There's been many cases over the years of neighbors beefing, fighting, which most of the time can be under control once they get it off their chest. But some people choose to go that extra mile and the blitz come out. And on this episode of the Baltimore Way, we will be discussing the case involving a dispute between neighbors that left two men gone and the other with a life plus 71 years without parole sentence. According to sources, when on January 9th, 2015, Dennis Paget pulled up in his neighborhood to go home, he saw his neighbor's boyfriend, at the time Robert Thomas, and a friend, Troy Preston, who was at the home to fix a radiator. The woman and homeowner said she heard commotion. She went to the door to ask Robert, her boyfriend, what was going on, and he claimed Dennis pulled up and said something to them. But by this time, allegedly, Dennis had already headed into his house. That's when Dennis took his kids in their rooms, proceeded to grab his AR-15 and another small handgun, and returned outside to confront the men about the parking space. Shortly after, gunshots erupted, first hitting Troy multiple times. Troy, who at the time had his 4-year-old son in the truck, dropped right then and there. Robert tried to get away when allegedly Dennis chased him down and hit him multiple times in the head. Robert's girlfriend called BPD to the 3900 block of Glenkirk Road in Ramblewood. By this time, Dennis walked back to his home and allegedly hid the handgun and put the AR in the backyard in the trash can. When police showed up to his door, Dennis stepped out, hands up, and said, "I did it." On the crime scene, they found Troy laying in the street in front of the home, and Robert's body on the side of the road on Northern Parkway. Both men were unfortunately gone. A neighbor who was sitting in his car told BPD he saw Dennis walking with a big gun and saw him chasing the man through the neighborhood between cars and homes. Once Dennis was in custody and taken to the station, in the interview he gave his side of the story. Dennis alleged before the beef started, years ago, he spent the day shoveling snow from his parking spot by his home when his neighbor parked there. Dennis alleged he knocked on the door and him and Robert had a few words, but at the time, Dennis said he was being polite. Then he continued to say on the day of the shootings, he returned home from work with his children and saw Robert and Troy parked near an alley. Dennis alleged as he approached his home, the two men said something to him, and one of them pulled up their shirt, showing they had a blick. That's when Dennis took his sons in the house, but then he told police he was scared the man was going to kick down the door, so he grabbed his AR and 9 and went back outside. But with evidence and witnesses' statements accusing Dennis of letting off more than 20 shots, even chasing Robert down and standing over him, he was charged with first-degree hit, manslaughter, 2 counts of firearm violations, and other charges. Being that Dennis admitted to the shootings, the jury watched videos from the interrogation, and Dennis was found guilty and sentenced to life plus 71 years in prison. He has been fighting to appeal his sentence. Rest in peace to Troy and Robert. I send my deepest condolences and prayers to the families. More of this story, Don't let a small situation turn into a big one because of pride. We gotta learn how to talk things out and respect each other as men. Now 3 lives are gone, children without fathers. They got us right where they want us, and the cycle continues. But hey, that's the Baltimore way. Man, crazy story, you feel me? Real messed up situation, man. I send my prayers and condolences to them men's families, you feel me? Because this story been happening. A lot of people been requesting me to do this video, but it was so touchy because I was like, dang, that's crazy. Like, I can only imagine, because they trying to say like the other man who was there just to fix the radiator, he ain't had nothing to do with nothing. You know, he was just out there trying to help his friend out, Troy. So Troy's wife said that he really ain't like the city. He really wanted to go down south and be like in North Carolina and be away from all the crime and stuff like that. But he was just out trying to make a couple dollars, you know, working with his hands and things like that. The beef allegedly started between Dennis and Robert like years ago. So I guess that particular day, I don't know what made Dennis snap or do what he did. He said they pulled up their shirt. One of them had a blicky on him. That's what he alleged. But you feel me? In the reports, they ain't say nothing like, oh, a gun was found on the scene other than the alleged guns that Dennis had. So I don't know, man, but for you to grab your kids, take them in the house and know you about to throw your life away, and then when the police come, just turn yourself in, he had something on his chest and something he couldn't let go. And sometimes, you know, I'm not in another man's mind, but some people feel like it's worth it. They feel like at that moment, the situation, the time they in, they feel like it's worth doing whatever they about to do. But it'd be crazy because I've been locked up with people that 10, 20 years later, they feel like, dang, like it's over with. Like reality set in. Like I threw my life away for a decision. It ain't even had to go like that. But by that time, it'd be too late, man. So don't be one of them people, man. Rest in peace, them men, though. Like I said, we be out here taking each other out. 2 people gone, the other one in prison. You feel me? We leaving kids behind. And like I say, the cycle continues. They got us right where they want us at that point. Because once that happens, you feel me? Then you leave your kids out here to fend for themselves without a father. You know, we know where that lead to. A lot of times, you know, mothers can only do but so much, especially if it's little boys. They can't really teach them how to be men, man. Messed up situation, man. Crazy story, you feel me? But y'all already know, man, this is another episode of the Baltimore Way. This your boy Tony 2 Times. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. If you haven't already, be sure to follow me on Instagram at _Tony 2 Times. Definitely send me some video ideas. Love, fam. I'm out.